Hi, I'm Stefano Carnevale, a senior investment consultant at Quantum and one of the investment specialists that sits on the risk transfer team. In this video, we'll be discussing price lock portfolios and exploring different ways clients can design and tweak their investment strategies to better align assets with movements of insurance premiums. So what is a price lock portfolio? A price lock portfolio can be thought of as the final restructure which pension schemes undertake in what might seem like a long and complex process. This restructure will normally occur as soon as possible after the point a premium has been quoted by the chosen insurer. Let's call this the quotation date. Often, at this point in time, the transaction date has also been agreed. This is the date by which assets are expected to be transferred to the insurer. Now, between these two dates, the premium is not fixed, and it will move based on market conditions. The agreed mechanism for how the premium moves between the two dates is sometimes known as the price lock. The mechanism varies depending on the insurer. However, the good news is the insurer will often communicate how, in advance, the premium will move over the period. And this allows trustees time to consider whether the assets need restructuring. The price lock is often valid for a specified period of time. Usually 6 to 8 weeks is common. The aim of the price lock portfolio is to invest scheme assets in a way that it matches, as closely as possible, movements in the insurance premium between the two dates. By doing so, trustees minimise the risk that there's a detrimental discrepancy between the value of scheme assets and the final premium paid on the transaction date. Up until the point an insurer has been selected and a premium has been agreed, it's likely that assets have been invested in a way that is conducive to what might be perceived as more broader insurance pricing. This is often likely to include a combination of high-quality credit, gilts, cash, and other very liquid assets. A broader buyout strategy will likely not have one specific insurer in mind, but rather aim to mirror more broader insurance pricing. Simultaneously, trustees will be going out to market and obtaining quotes from different insurers. The difference now is that assets are being in transition so that they focus on the movement of one price from one insurer over a specified period of time. So how can trustees match assets over the price lock period? As mentioned, there's a number of ways in which a price lock can move. Therefore, a number of ways in which the price lock portfolio can be constructed. Arguably, the most straightforward approach is the implementation of a gilt lock portfolio. This is where the insurer specifies the gilts that the scheme should purchase over the price lock period and the amount that needs to be invested in those gilts. This is what we term an investable price lock portfolio. Sometimes, however, the insurer may specify a price lock mechanism which uses broader market conditions rather than specific assets. This is often termed a non-investable price lock and requires more thought with regards to the construction of the portfolio. For these portfolios, we work with the insurer to design a portfolio which has the same risk factors or sensitivities as the market conditions used in the mechanism. This normally considers the sensitivities of 3 factors: interest rates, inflation, and credit spreads. The price lock portfolio is then designed so that these 3 factors impact the portfolio in the same way that they impact the insurance premium over the period. So what are the 3 key considerations for trustees? Clearly, speed of implementation plays a critical role. Ideally, trustees want to minimise the time from when an insurance quote has been received and any price lock portfolio which is required to be implemented. Therefore, when constructing a price lock portfolio, particularly based on sensitivities, the reorganisation of the scheme's current assets should be considered in the first instance. Over the price lock period, trustees should find a way to monitor how the price lock portfolio matches the movements in the premium. This will allow for any tweaks to be made to the portfolio. Trustees will of course want to avoid a situation whereby on the transaction date, there is an unwelcome surprise if assets have not moved in line with the premium.